What's up, family? Welcome back to the Stop Sinking Show, where we go from struggle to flow. The source of much of our suffering and pain and frustration starts from this very mistake in perception. The fact that you think what someone has given you is yours to keep, that you become entitled to it. And entitlement breeds pain. Much of our emotional turmoil stems from mistaking patterns of kindness and reciprocity for a guarantee. We build mental contracts, assuming that because someone has given freely before, whether it's their time, their love, their support, or just basic courtesy, that now we can impose that they are obligated to continue to give that. Because we have grown to rely on it, what was once a gift now becomes a demand. We create a false sense of ownership over the actions of others, especially when it benefits us, which will naturally lead to resentment when reality diverges from that. We thrive on patterns. Our brains are wired to assume continuity, to make predictions, to rely on what we know to be. But in doing so, we also invite self-imposed suffering, because nothing lasts forever. To fit your pattern, nothing is yours to keep. And what does exist should be paid a sense of reverence and gratitude, for it can easily just not be so. So while it is, the right attitude is to bow to it, instead of trying to put it in your pocket and only feel the value or be disturbed when it tries to leave. No one owes you anything. If someone does maintain a relationship with you, pay you respect, ask for your consideration and opinion, then that is your blessing. It is your honor. At no point, though, does it become their obligation or your right. It is always your privilege to be taken into consideration. No one has to do it. And if they do it, then it is for you to recognize and cherish in that moment. And every moment they do it, no matter how many times they do it, it is for you to cherish, to not become jaded and get used to it. When my mother feeds me every day, I'm always extremely grateful that on top of cooking whatever she eats for her diet, that she also finds time to make food for me. And every time she does it, every time, I am sure to thank her. And I'm grateful that someone cares enough about me to put food on my table, to worry about what goes into my stomach. It doesn't have to be the case. And if tomorrow she chooses not to do it or is not able to, not only will I not expect her to do it, but I will be so glad that I spent every meal she gave me in gratitude and appreciated when I did have it, because she won't be healthy enough or be around forever to do this. It's never her obligation to feed me, even though she oftentimes considers it her duty and thinks I'm crazy for thanking her and says it's what she is meant to do. But not for a minute do I forget what a privilege it is, and not mine to keep. And the same exists in every consideration that I have ever been extended. Some, of course, I did disregard in the moment and only feel the pain of their absence in the present. But thankfully, also many that I had somehow the moments in recognizing the blessing that they were. So that now that they are gone, it hurts me a little less because I knew their value then. It doesn't make the absence any easier, but at least it doesn't weigh down the memory with regret. Most of our pain is bred by this false sense of ownership. When you confuse what is a privilege as a right, it strips you of your gratitude, of perspective that nothing is yours to keep, and it keeps you from cherishing what is right in front of you. When someone consistently shows up for you, whether a friend who is always willing to listen, or a partner whose affection you have grown to count on, or family with any kind of their physical or emotional support. When they have consistently done this, you start weaving it into your baseline reality. It becomes normal. And what is normal becomes what is expected to be. Though the rub is, normal is never a static state. It's a fragile web of choices, of moods, of circumstances, and free will. Nothing about it adheres to normal. You don't own anyone, and no one owes you a damn thing. All the love that you are given, all the devotion and dedication, all the presents that someone gives you, it's all a voluntary act. It's messy, it's beautiful, and utterly non-contractual. Each time you are on the receiving end of service, on the receiving end of an I love you, it's a fresh offering of radical kindness. And it's not durable to your lack of presence, the lack of your recognition and honor. And when you take it like the gift it is, like the privilege it is, you honor it more. And you also then reciprocate it out of genuine desire instead of obligation or habit. This is not about being cynical or becoming overly concerned about what you might lose. Instead, it's a take on reality that reminds us to lean into the wonder of it all. How beautiful it is that we are loved and cared for, and how in awe we should be each time it is offered to us. It's about having no demands, no scorekeeping, and to cherish the voluntary magic in human bonds. How miraculous it is that we provide for each other at all when the door is always wide open. How even though no one owes you, they still give you so much of themselves. Because none of it is required, nor a guarantee. And so anytime in its absence, when resentment creeps in, remind yourself, this was never mine to keep, and how blessed I have been to have had it at all. I love you, family. Stay true always. I see you on the next show.